I don't have Inspector Gadget arms.
I love that show.
That was a fun show, wasn't it? All right, let's get this party started. All right, here we go. And you can just tell me, call for when you want her. Let me know, and I'll put her on the air, okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. Tape's rolling.
You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
All night long.
Bravo! My compliments, little lady.
Break for 30 seconds.
You are now listening to BaaD Radio.
Hello and welcome to BaaD Radio. BaaD stands for Business at a Distance. This is a show about local businesses and business networking. We are here in the News Radio WFLA Orlando studios for a full 2 hours from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I am your host, Angela Smarito, and in studio with me we have our producer, Melissa Fox. Caught her sleeping.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't really sleeping. I was doing 10 other things. But hi, everybody.
Up next, we have our other Melissa Jacob.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes, and Melissa is with Striking Brand. So Melissa is our co-host, but she's also a videographer, and her company is Striking Brand. And if you can see all of her work at strikingbrand.com. But she's been doing our videos for, I guess it's been over a year now, hasn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's been a while, yes.
I think you said we're on episode 32 or 33
now.
Yeah. So she didn't come on board right at the very beginning, but she's done the video for 33 episodes now. So if you go to baadradio.com, you'll be able to see all the previous videos, and she just does a fantastic job. So
Thank you, ma'am.
Highly recommend her. She's a photographer too. In studio with us, we also have somebody coming back to BaaD Radio who is actually a sponsor this year. Please welcome Zach with Crazy Muscle Nutrition.
How's it going?
Hello.
So Zach hasn't been in the studio yet. So what do you think?
No, I love it. Yeah, walking up was great. The whole iHeartRadio
I
know.
lobby.
Fancy
that was
when the
nice.
elevator
All that
doors
red.
open. Yeah.
You're like,
It's
la.
exciting. It's shiny. I like it. Yeah.
I like shiny things
Yeah,
too.
it's good.
So.
It's good.
No, we're super happy to be here. And then this portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Frogger's Bar and Grill. Hop in with food and fun. If you're looking for a place to go with friends or meet new ones, you have to go to Frogger's. We were just at Frogger's. They have 4 locations with tons of TVs, everything that you can imagine from sports, soccer, football, you name it. The food is amazing. Everything is fresh, never frozen. You can check out their menu at froggers.com, and they have Mount Dora, Apopka, Oviedo, and the place we were at was Altamont Springs. So that was Melissa's first time doing a radio remote.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Oh, you did it at Frogger's?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
How was that? At
It
the
was-
Altamont one?
Yes. We had one of our sponsors, Bolts Legal, at the Oviedo location, and then her and I worked the Altamont location.
Awesome.
So it was
Yeah.
cool. We had a table with a banner with our
All our
picture,
merch.
with all of our merchandise.
That's cool. Did you guys actually talk and have people communicate
This
on
is
the mics
Angela.
and stuff?
Oh, no, not on mics. But
I just
Angela
remember
definitely. She was
Yeah, no, it wasn't a live broadcast, but it was
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
a radio remote where you go on site and you talk with people, and
She worked the room,
Yes.
baby.
that's right.
Work in the
did.
room. Okay. Heard. That's important.
Melissa's like, what do you say to people when
I
you walk
did.
up to them?
I straight was like, okay, what are you looking for and what are we saying? Because I need to get this information.
Yeah.
You know what? The next time we do, and I'll get in touch with you too to put out stuff on the table.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm all about that. Yeah.
And that actually brings us to the networking
News,
So
yes. Networking News is brought to you by Live Your Best Life. Live Your Best Life is an independent advocate for Green Compass USDA certified organic hemp products. They offer a complete range of products, including hemp wellness, targeting health, personal care, performance, even products for our furry friends. To get more information on these products or becoming a consultant, please call Terry at 407-616-3145.
And that being said, we actually have Terry on the line.
Good afternoon, everybody. How
Hey,
you all
Terry.
doing?
We're doing good. Thanks for waiting. It's Zach's fault. He was late. Just kidding.
Did you get the number of that bus?
On that.
Oh, I'm allowed to tease Zach.
It's okay. It's okay.
They go way back.
Fashionably late. Fashionably late.
He went to the wrong building.
You're not supposed to
Oh,
tell people
man.
that.
Sorry.
That's rough.
Jeez. These days, there's no excuse. It's right
No.
on the map.
There's
Yeah.
like 20 radio station vans out front. You really can't miss it.
No one told me to look for the 20 radio station vans, okay? I was looking for...
Oh, All right,
sense.
Zach,
I don't know.
we love you. Anyway, Terry, thanks for holding. So the reason I wanted to come in for this feature is, well, for one, she sponsors it, so that's a big one. But we were talking earlier in the week, and it dawned on me how many different networking organizations. It's not really organizations, but you do a lot of networking, right, Terry?
I do, yes. I do.
Tell us a little bit about some of the ones that you do. Like, tell us a little bit about your event you had last night.
So the event we had last night was a sponsored event from Movers and Shakers.
Okay, so it was a
So
Movers and Shakers collective, they say, right?
Movers and Shakers Collective, yes. So that is like, they call it a higher level networking event, where you're not really going to meet people to say, like, I wouldn't go to one of their events and say, hi, I'm Terry Mandigo. I'm the I sell CBD. How can I help you? It's more along the lines of, like, they have an education program. So we learned all about, how to endorse people, how to remember people. And for me, for name recognition, I can never remember people's names.
Oh, girl, I know.
Some little tricks about how to remember people's names. And, they basically went into the education last night of the know, like, and trust factor. There's not a lot there is business cards exchanges, but you're getting to know individuals. And really, in the Movers and Shakers, you have the decision makers there. I mean, you have the owners of the businesses. You have the vice presidents of the sales team. There was an individual there last night that is a decision maker for a sales agency that this morning he was having a meeting with John Bon Jovi's son, who is a distributor of a new wine brand out there.
Oh, wow.
So you learn, yes. So they say it's a higher level marketing, network association, and it really is. So that's where I was last night.
Yeah, well, and then, like I said, she also put together, well, let's talk first real quick about Live Your Best Life. So give us a brief overview of that.
Live Your Best Life is my own business, and I represent only one brand of CBD, actually hemp. We're now all through the hemp plant product, which is the Green Compass Global product. So Green Compass has their own farms in North Carolina. They develop the hemp seeds, they plant it, they do everything from the processing. They have their own research and development labs. So they develop their own products. They put the products together in a package, and then they ship it directly to our consumers. So it's really very well controlled from start to finish, which controls the quality of it. And all of our products, as we mentioned earlier, are USDA certified organic hemp, which in the hemp industry is very, very, very difficult to get. First and foremost, it takes years to get soil to be certified organic. And the hemp industry is pretty new. It's only been around since the beginning of 2019. We were just very fortunate with Green Compass and the way that they came about, the family-owned business, but they had very good friends that were sweet potato farmers. So they converted
sweet potatoes.
They converted their organic sweet potato farm into a hemp farm.
Nice.
Very nice.
And we do, yes. And we have products for an array of individuals. The main pain points that we do are, sleeplessness. You have sleeplessness nights, stress and pain. And we have the products for our little pets. We do have pet oils, which is my number one for my family because of my puppy.
Yes, yes, definitely. No, CBD helped our dog Roxy during the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So.
And when we were at Frogger's, a ton of people were super interested in all.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get some
products.
calls from that, Terry.
Yes. You're handing out your business cards
Yeah.
left and right.
So I want to give everybody your contact information. So Terry, can you give that out? And then we're gonna have to go to break, and we're gonna come back with Zach. So give everybody your contact information, Terry.
So the best way to contact me is through text at 407-616-3145. And I say text because I'm on the phone a lot. So if you do call, you may have to go to voicemail. I will return my calls, but it's better to just text.
Sounds good. All right. Well, everybody stay tuned because when we get back, we're going to jump into Crazy Muscle Nutrition with Zach Bastian.
You're listening to BaaD Radio, business at a distance, Central Florida's premier radio show. We'll be right back.
I know that makes us giggle every time she does that.
What?
When she does her little, you're listening to
I
BaaD
love it.
Oh
Radio.
yeah, no, it's so
Oh,
clear in
I
these
know.
headphones too. It's like
Yeah.
so professional.
But we're
I
over
know.
here like, stay tuned. And then she's like, I know that makes us giggle every time she does that.
What?
When she does her little.
Nah. Yes.
Making us sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I try. Okay, we're done with the phone. She hung up. She's gone. Okay. Just give me a second here for the next segment to get ready.
I forgot to tell you though, we're 4 segments of 10 minutes. So
Okay.
we have 3 segments now of 10 minutes. It's completely for you.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and stand by.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And welcome back. This portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore. Cut out the middleman and go straight to the source. Premier Couple Superstore has got everything from sexy bedroom outfits, toys, games, love oils, and everything in between. Premier Couple Superstore, because couples that play together stay together. All right, so now we're back with Zach. So I know I teased you a little bit, but just the history. Zach and I have known each other since he was, I don't know, 10 maybe?
We'll say 10.
So
Mhm.
free reign to make fun of. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah,
You've
and
known me too long.
Yeah.
I can't hide.
The funny thing is it only goes one way, though, because
Yeah.
I've got the whole parental thing over
Exactly.
him, too.
Yeah. No, all I can take credit for is getting Tom in shape.
This is true.
Yep.
Yes, this is true. All right, so let's talk about that, but let's first talk a little bit about let's tell everybody what you do.
Okay, so my name is Zach, and I own a supplement shop in Longwood. So that is my main business is the supplement shop, but I also have my own brand of products, and I also do a couple other things like coaching and training, and there's way too many things that I do.
know.
But yeah, it's honestly.
I don't know how you
ridiculous.
keep up with it all.
I'm keeping up. It's barely, but I'm doing good. But the Crazy Muscle Nutrition, that supplement shop, that's my bread and butter. That's my baby. Like that's what I put all my heart into. I'm there 24/7, and it's essentially just a supplement shop where I handpicked everything in there, and I try to cover as many health bases as I can. So most places, whether you're selling supplements, you're looking for muscle gain, fat loss, that sort of thing. But for me, it's like, protein powder and fat burners are great and necessary to an extent, but I like to focus on like sleep and gut health and,
Well, that stuff is huge.
energy.
What I like about your shop, though, is like when I come to you and I'm like, Zach, this is what I've got going on, then you process it and then you make recommendations.
That's a big thing for me, is not really just like there's no one product that's for everybody in
Right.
that shop, right? So everyone that comes in can expect to have a conversation with somebody who actually cares and like isn't going to give them just a blanket product. I've got so many things in there, and everybody needs something different, a little bit different. So I ask people, basic questions and then more detailed questions after that, and then I'll go in and start designing stacks for people, which is a stack is just multiple products put together to try to cover as many bases as we can, right? So
And so, but the thing is it's because we're all different. So
Yeah.
what's going to be important for me is not the same for you or for my husband Tom, or so.
no, absolutely not. Yeah.
What
And
are some of the things that you have to take into account?
some of the things I have to take into account are definitely going to be like stress during the day. So like what somebody does for work, right? Like if you
Who
have
doesn't have stress? Right?
Yeah.
I know,
what are you
right?
talking about?
or
We're
managing
all
stress. Yeah,
stress-free.
that's a big thing these days. And honestly, when it comes to weight loss and weight gain, if you're stressed, you're not sleeping, you're not eating food, you're not metabolizing food properly, and you're probably not going to hit your fitness goals, even if you're in the gym 3 hours a day and you're dieting, whether you're eating clean or just thinking you're starving yourself.
So what do you do when people come into the store? Like, what's the type of questions that, like...
Right. So let's say you like walk in, right, and I'll be like, "Hi, how's it going? What are you looking for?" Right.
Well, first you get greeted with a little puppy,
Yeah.
and then that really
Aw.
sweet cat.
Yeah, you're
Just
walking
little-
into a petting zoo first and
Awesome.
foremost. Yeah, so if you're not greeted by Bear, you're gonna be greeted by Leo, my dog and my cat. So they're great. People come just to see them. It's
I do.
actually, yeah,
Angela's like, me.
yeah,
That's me.
I love it so much. It keeps it interesting in there, and it's just like it doesn't have that corporate feel where
Right.
you feel like you're just gonna be sold and I have to sell something.
More comfortable.
Yeah. So what I do when you walk in is I ask, is there anything you're looking for specifically? If it's, hey, I'm just looking for pre-workout, then I'll ask you, what pre-workouts have you tried? Do you like high caffeine? Do you like a lot of itch? Do you like no caffeine? Looking for more blood flow? There's so many questions that go into a simple, I need pre-workout question. Then I'll have people who are saying, I'm trying to lose weight and nothing's working. And so then I have to go into a 10-step process. Okay. Are you eating good? Okay, what is good to you?
Yeah.
Let me actually break that down for you. So I'll explain basic dietary guidelines like carbs, proteins, fats, sugars, timing. Timing food is huge. So
Do you have a lot of people come in that are just like straight off the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I get a lot of people that are straight off the boat.
Like never have walked. They're just like, I'm just now. They don't know anything.
No, it's funny. Yeah, no. So one thing that I've noticed about the supplement shops and especially my stores is that you'll get people walking in there that just want you to fix them.
right?
And it's like that's a lot of faith, bro. You don't know me. It's kind of funny how they walk in, but
Like, this place must be filled with magic pills, right?
This
Which
place
one? Tell me which one.
Seriously.
yeah. And so I take pride in the fact that I can actually kind of keep up with that expectation. But for the most part, I feel like it's flawed because you shouldn't walk into a store and expect somebody to give you a magic pill. So what I do is I try to manage the expectations. So I'll kind of educate people on what they should expect from what they're doing, what a supplement that they add in could do and benefit with their current regimen.
So when you were talking about the different foods that they eat and their diets and everything's different, I know even if you don't track how much you're eating, you think that you have, I haven't eaten hardly anything, but then you start writing it down and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And you have
oh no.
Oh no,
She'll
right,
get it.
yeah.
Thank
She'll
you.
get it.
Sorry about that. That's the first one. That was the only one.
We got our first
Sorry.
I'm just
bleep.
glad it wasn't
My
me.
bad. My bad. So I did have a question. Sorry. What kind of background? So you're saying that you break down what types of foods and
Yeah.
Like,
so I'll ask people how they normally eat, what foods make them comfortable. Not everyone needs a lot of carbs. And, when it comes to keto and high fats, I know a lot of people are interested in that. So I get a lot of, hey, I'm, not eating any carbs and they're interested in keto and things like that. So I'll ask them what kind of foods have agreed with them over time. Some people can't eat rice. Some people don't like beef. Some people, and they just will stop eating or they'll just eat garbage. So
Yeah.
I'll try to figure out what kind of foods work with, especially my clients. I even ask them what their blood type is, what foods they
even down to blood type.
Yeah, well, it just helps to know what foods process better with them. So
Okay.
I'll ask them what they were raised eating.
Right.
If I have
Okay,
if
that's
I have
important.
Yeah, so if I've got a kid who's trying to grow and he's eating 8 cups of rice, but he's been eating rice his entire life because he's got an Asian background, then I'm not going to expect to feed him 8 cups of rice and have him grow the way it would affect me. I'll give him something digesting slower so his body
Right.
can have more time to process that food.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, yep. The glycemic index is huge. So how a carb breaks down in the body, how food breaks down, how long it's in there, I think that matters a lot more than counting calories.
This stuff is fascinating.
Yeah, which I can get attacked for that, but I'm being very honest. I do competitive bodybuilding, so when I'm talking to people, it's more of how can we make food functional for you? You don't have to make it so tight, and dry. You should be allowed to have a pizza every now and then, but you should know. How
Amen.
to, yeah,
Yes.
you should.
We
you
like
should.
that news.
Yeah, you got to figure out balance.
Pizza's good.
Pizza's great. Yes,
know.
yes, but
No,
it's balance. So that's my preaching point is, what do you do? What do you like to do? What do you need to do that you're not doing? And how can we balance that out? How can we use supplements to make our lives better? I don't want to tell someone they can't eat pizza. So I'll give them something that helps balance their blood sugar, right? So that way they can maybe splurge every now and then, but not have to feel bad about it.
I recognize those. Those are Tom and I call those the carb pills.
The carb pills, baby. These are great. Yeah. So
Here's
these
a
are called GDA pills by a brand I love called Chemix, and I've been using these for shows forever. They help balance your blood sugar. So if you ever eat something that has a lot of carbs in it and you take something like this with it, then your blood sugar is not going to spike. You're not going to put on as much fat. It can benefit your muscle gaining goals and your weight loss goals at the same time.
Tom and I had a debate. I said that you're supposed to take a 20 minutes before. Is that right? Or
Yeah.
he thought it was like
But
after.
No, before.
Okay.
Yeah, before.
I
yeah.
win.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah, in your face.
Definitely better if you take them before the food's like saturated and it's
Mhm.
harder to break down the pills. So,
Right.
yeah.
No, we like I said, those are carb pills. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I know I'm gonna eat a pizza, I'm gonna take a couple of those
Yeah.
beforehand.
No, 100%. And then you know what? The next day you don't feel as bad and you don't have that whole, well, I screwed up yesterday, so I'm going to continue to
I know
fall
people.
off, you
Mhm.
know?
The downward spiral.
The downward spiral. So I preach that too in my store. I'm like, hey, this is what you can do to manage. Because I know that's actually huge. Like my mom's honestly that way. Like she's strict, she's on point, and then one mistake, it's like the next
Same.
month, it's like gone. And I'm like,
We just throw it out the window.
And then you got to get back on track.
you got to
and
get
it takes
back on
a
it.
while.
Yeah. And she won't keep taking the supplements. And I'm like, if you keep taking the supplements I'm giving you, they'll put you back on track so much faster. Like she has carb pills, you know, but if she doesn't take them, then the next day she feels weird. So I'm always trying to like preach to people, use the supplements you have, let them keep you going, you know,
Yeah.
even if you fall off once.
Well, I think that lots of people will do that as well. Is like Emily Murphy would talk about how somebody would eat a donut for breakfast and then feel guilty and starve themselves for the rest of the day. And she's like, do not do that.
No, and I actually will preach pushing more clean food through. So whenever I eat junk food
Yeah,
like that,
if
I'm
you
like,
have something like
chicken
that,
and rice,
Yeah.
push it in.
yeah, just still eat your protein, still eat everything you need. All right, that music means that we're going to break, and when
Cool,
we get
cool.
back, we're going to jump right back in,
got
and
more,
we're going
we
to
got
talk about
more.
some chill pills.
Yeah, the chill pills,
All right,
baby.
stay tuned.
Chill pills coming up next. That sounds like fun. It's BaaD Radio on News Radio WFLA Orlando.
That was pretty good. I like that.
I know, she's slick.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot.
Don't be
You need to give me
sorry.
a minute to fix that real quick so that
so
I don't
sorry.
forget that you did that. Okay?
Daisy.
Yeah, let's just listen to back. That's
It
actually
happens.
fun. That
Keeps it exciting.
does keep it real.
Well, with the because the other show was live, we had a dump button, and so we had a 7-second delay. So if somebody cussed,
the 7-second delay.
yeah, then she could dump the first one. But lots of times, what people would do is they would accidentally say a cuss word, and then they would follow it up with a cuss word, and that's when we ran into trouble. So it never happened on my show, but it happened on other shows.
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
something that I would do. That's something that I would do. Yeah, that's great. I thought she was sitting back there with the button at all times, like just ready for someone to cuss and have to hit it right on top. I was like, dang.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's one of the benefits of pre-recording is that like she can go in there and work magic on it.
Little edits when they're needed. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I keep thinking these are? They remind me of at the Froggers event. I stopped and got like these little silly putty like flurp type containers.
Flurp.
Flurp. I think
I don't know what
flurp.
it's called, but that's the noise that it makes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Writing it down and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Writing it down and you're like, oh,
yeah.
sorry.
And you
Oh, she's
Wow.
editing something in there.
Writing it down and you're like, oh,
yeah.
sorry.
And you
Trying to find it.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Sorry.
And you
Oh, no.
oh no.
But you know, I think it's like
Sorry. I
it's-
totally forgot.
don't be.
Yeah.
It's,
I need to come up with a stress toy for them. for the
Yes,
chill pills, just like that.
that's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Like a
some
squishy-
some flurp putty.
Is
comes
it
with each
flurp
chill
or
pill. It's flurp now.
flurp? It's like
It's never gonna not be flurp to me,
okay,
even if I find out it's something else.
but you know, it's
I think it's also called fart putty.
fart putty.
Actually, yeah.
Flarp, flarp, like
It makes so much sense to me.
Stand by. None of this is making any sense to me. Oh, here we go.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And we are back, and this portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Impact Electric of Orlando, who focuses on residential and commercial electrical work. When talking about quality of work, Impact Electric is one of the best. We use Impact Electric for Orlando. We use Impact Electric of Orlando for all of our electrical needs, and I would recommend them to anyone. The number is 407-747-0874. And a quick story about his name is Zach too, but it's a different Zach. But his name is Zach Edler. But somebody posted in Business at a Distance looking for an electrician, and I could not get over how many people were commenting.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's like one of those things where you feel like you have a whole tribe of
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah.
if you're on in the tribe, then you're gonna get those referrals.
Yeah.
It's just another testament to networking.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got you on the tribe now too.
I know.
so
I need to be more active on your Facebook page, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
She agrees wholeheartedly.
I just made a Facebook page for my store finally.
That's
so.
it. Yeah. Facebook, the groups, like, okay, so you have the business pages, and I find them hard to maneuver. Like the group Business at a Distance is easy to maneuver because it's just a group.
Yeah.
But like setting up a fan page or a business page or any of that other stuff, it's like I do find them a little difficult.
They're complicated.
So you'll see me use my personal page on Facebook a lot because I can use it function. I mean, do you find?
Yeah,
that
definitely. And a lot of people are on your personal page too, so
Yeah.
you reach a lot of people.
And now they've got the feature that lets you, if you post it to Facebook, it goes straight to Instagram and vice versa.
What?
And so,
oh, yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because I am so bad about remembering Instagram, even though Instagram's huge.
I'm terrible at Facebook.
Yeah.
So that auto feature has actually been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we're different. It's a generational thing.
Yeah. I honestly don't like Facebook at all. If I'm being perfectly honest, that little button is like the only thing I post on Instagram or Facebook are the Instagram posts just transferring over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just it. It's a whole new audience.
Yeah.
But I mean, they both are very important if you
yeah,
think about
no,
it.
Yeah, Facebook is huge, especially with like the
My
adult
age group.
market. Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of people, like the different age groups that you usually see come into your store? Like I would assume.
Yeah, let me hear what you assume because
It's
it's
going to
always
be
interesting.
people about your age,
Mhm,
you know, people who are into fitness in general.
The TikTok boys, right?
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. So it's funny that those are honestly, every single type of person comes into my store, from the people that honestly don't look like they've ever worked out a day in their life, but they have other health things that they're really conscious of, because people see my posts, so they know they can come in and talk to me. So now I've kind of invited more niches of people to come in and talk to me. But I do have the older people. I have middle-aged, moms who are just looking for collagen, to like dads who just want a like little performance boost in the gym, or like people looking for libido help. That's a huge thing, and a lot of those guys don't work out. They're just looking for some enhancement. And then then I've got, of course, the kids. So the biggest group for me is definitely those kids, but I'm proud to say that I actually have a lot of adults who respect what I have to say and come in and ask me questions.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Tom, totally. Yeah, I mean, let's tell Tom's story.
Yeah, so Tom
Tom is my husband, everybody, and he's 53 years old.
does not look it. Neither of y'all look anywhere close to that. And he came in.
Yeah, so we were getting ready to do a photo shoot, a beach photo shoot, where he was going to have to be shirtless, right? And so you can take it from there.
Actually, I saw your Valentine's Day post today
I
too.
know,
Yeah, that
that's
was
so
a great
good.
picture. Yeah, I was
That's
like,
so
I
good.
did that. But yeah, Tom came to me. I think he only had 3 weeks to try and get ready for this photo shoot. Just wanted to get as lean as possible, show as much muscle definition as he could in the limited amount of time he had. So I was able to.
Well, the thing with Tom, too, though, is that he does work out a lot. He's got
Yeah.
a good build.
Yeah, he's already got good muscle tone for sure. He just needed to have that
Definition.
I was going to call it stage presence, but it was a photo shoot. But he needs to have that definition, when the cameras are on. So getting your body dialed in for that and like making it look like it's at its peak point right for that day it's a little bit complicated sometimes, especially
was
if you want to nail it.
complicated.
Yeah, the water at the end. Yeah, I did give him some complicated stuff to work
Well, some
with.
of the
but
stuff he said to me, I was like, I've never heard it, especially, but it made sense. Now, it's not something that I would recommend anybody do on a long term, but
No,
that's what
no.
you do to prep for your shows.
Yeah.
Right?
So when you have to get ready for something within like a couple weeks, you do more drastic things, right? So, I had him manipulating his water and his sodium and his carbs. He had to be more calculated with everything that he was taking in. He had to make assessments on his own physique and then go based off the guidelines that I gave him. So if he woke up and looked watery, or he felt bloated, or if he felt flat, where his muscles, they felt weak, then he had 3 different things he had to go ahead and do based off whichever thing he went to. So if that makes any sense at all.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, the end result is that he like jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, his muscle, like he looked very vascular, and like everything popped
It was like a shrink wrap look that you're trying to do. You're trying to get the skin super tight and super dry, so not a lot of water in the skin. And then you want to also at the same time get the muscle to inflate with the most carbs that you can put in without spilling over, right? So if you give somebody too many carbs, they get bloated, they get water on their stomach. So the balancing act of having a lean stomach and full arms and vascularity at the same time, it's
tricky,
it's
right?
tricky, yeah, and that's bodybuilders, like that's what I do, and we don't nail it most of the time.
It's hard.
It's a learning curve.
But for the photographs, it turned out so good because of the way the lighting was and the more definition he had, and even with the shadows and everything, made it look even so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know a few times that me and Stace Ford were just like, okay, that looks so nice. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be in these pictures too.
I love that. I love what I do. That's so great. He deserved that. That was awesome. So, yeah, so that's like my thing at the shop, is whether it's a rapid transformation and you want, how do I do this versus I'm in it for the long run. Tell me what, I need to know as guidelines for a lifestyle plan. I even have, I go to festivals, so I have Okeechobee coming up soon, which I'm super excited for, but I'm not in shape. So I only have about 2 weeks to get ready for that. So like I'm going to let people know like, hey, this is what I'm going to do in the next 2 weeks to get ready. And then they get to see what I did and they get to see me do it,
Your transformations are so dramatic over such a short period of time.
Yeah.
Like, he goes from having his waist look like this big to, because I remember when I brought you BaaD Radio shirts, and he's like, I'm going to need a medium and then an extra large.
Range.
I was like,
I've seen that though with bodybuilders. It's like a
super fluctuating in the weight. Yeah, all my pants don't fit. Everyone's making fun of me. I'm like, bro, these weren't this
you
tight
have like
a month or two
a
ago.
whole bunch of different clothes.
Yeah, the wardrobe changes
That's
are
like
brutal. I have so much clothes.
We have the pants that are like, I'm not going to throw these away yet because I'm going to get back down to that weight.
No, but that's me, and I'll do that in 2 months.
Or you're
these will
like,
fit
oh,
me.
I gotta pull these suckers out again.
Yes. We have the range too.
Yeah.
My big girl pants.
Yeah.
So
it's a nightmare, honestly, and like
I'm not wearing my big girl pants right now. So
It's saying big girl pants. You're killing me.
I actually went to him because I could not get into
my. Oh, that's right. You had that. You got back in those pants in a week.
Yeah, we have like 2 minutes left in this segment, but
okay.
The story real quick is so I'm in menopause now, but when it was first happening, I was getting bloated and I could not, like, I was putting on my big girl pants and I was having a hard time like
buttoning
them.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out and I was so uncomfortable. Like I just felt so bloated and like I said, I was just miserable. And I went to Zach's shop and he just listened to me vent.
Oh, that's sweet because you guys have the background.
Yeah.
So you can,
I
like,
gotta
give
know what's going
everything.
on. I gotta know.
You know, you'd think it's TMI, but I don't even care. I'm like,
There's
this
no
is the
TMI
way I
in Crazy
feel.
Muscle.
And him and his work associate, and then there was one other person. They just listened to me, and they're like, okay. And he gave me a plan, and it included the Go Gut, and that was a game changer. Like I started using it, and within instant relief as far as like the the week afterwards, like not being bloated or. But now I immediately not immediately, but I was right back into my regular
pants.
So you have a plan of like.
Didn't you buy new jeans that week too? And you were like, oh, they're not.
No,
gonna work
I didn't buy
anymore?
new jeans. I got back into these.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so you got back into them.
Yeah, it's funny. It's these exact pair. But like I said, it was just listening to you guys. Listen to what I have to say. You suggested certain things, but since then you've got me on a whole regimen of stuff. So he's got me on zinc, vitamin D, magnesium, which I love.
Huge. All three are huge.
Yeah.
Important.
So I can't even think of some of the. You weren't in there, but I went in for some digestive enzymes.
Aren't you on collagen as well?
Collagen, yes.
Collagen is king. Yeah, all that stuff.
All right. Well, it's time for a break again, but we're going to come back. When we get back, we are actually going to talk about chill pills.
Talk about chill pills.
Okay. Don't.
Just trying to get you guys
distract
excited.
us.
Yeah.
When we come back, we might actually talk about something that we're supposed to talk about. This is BaaD Radio on News Radio WFLA Orlando.
Yeah. I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Crack me up.
Can I vape? Can I vape?
You can, but don't tell anybody.
Okay.
I do all the time.
Well,
I'm on the radio.
You've got
How am I
the,
not gonna tell
you've got
anybody?
the stream on, though.
What's that?
You've got the stream on, though.
Pull it that way. Nobody cares.
All right. Go that way.
I'm gonna go that way.
Don't walk out.
Your guest is here.
I will be smart and take
Your second guest is here. If you want to go run and get him real quick,
Okay.
or yeah, because he's just sitting out there waiting on himself. So that will do that. You're fine.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio.
Yeah, it's easy. With her, it's so easy. I don't usually like it. I was telling her, I was like, I don't really like attention. That's why I was asking her at the networking things. I'm like, I'm not naturally like a blah, blah, blah. I'm not.
You're doing good. You're asking me questions and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm like used to Angela. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I told her, I was like, I don't really like attention. She's like, you're on the radio. I'm like, I know, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like I'm in a room with you. That's it.
I'm an introvert who has to like express extrovert
The same. Same. Yeah.
Doing good. I think we're both doing pretty great.
Awesome. Yeah, we're killing it. Yeah. I am so hungry for some reason. So that's what I'm doing.
Look at everything. And my stomach growling. Nothing new. No. So are you going to be doing like this regularly with her then?
Yep.
Good. That's awesome.
How many? 3, 4 episodes so far with her. I'm permanent. Can't get rid of me.
Yay. I don't have your Instagram. What is it?
Oh, it is Striking Brand or Melissa Jacob. I don't know what my personal one is. Just so used to having to say my business one.
Let's see. Striking Brand. What's yours? And I'm sure yours is in it. Or the Striking Brand's in it, right? You have it in your bio?
Yes.
So Melissa.
Melissa Jacob. Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melissa Cullen Jacob. I'm this person.
Gotcha.
So these are the pants that I couldn't get into.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, no problem now. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Oh, it's 1 L, 2 S's. Gotcha.
You should have kept a colon.
Oh, the Cullen?
Yeah.
I thought you said colon.
No, the colon. That's like all Twilight.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My main name is Huda.
Huda. C-U-D-A.
And there's Striking Brand. Got it. Cool. Love it. Ooh, that's trippy. What is that?
All right. Sorry, Melissa.
You're fine. Just make sure you reintroduce your guest all the way and where his store is and stuff, just in case you don't have that.
Say it one more time.
Reintroduce your guest and his business for me, okay? 'Cause
Okay.
I feel like we kind of were like, this is Zach, and
Okay.
yeah.
Will do.
Bing bong.
Let me know. Tape's rolling when you're ready. This is our final segment, by the way.
Yes. So that's why we need to talk about chill pills.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Oh, we might actually talk about show. For those of you watching on social media, we might actually talk about what we were going to talk about. So
We'll see.
Let's see.
We'll
It
see.
could happen.
Let's see what happens.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And we are back, and we are talking with Zach Bastian, owner of Crazy Muscle Nutrition. And now we are actually going to talk about, like what Melissa said, what we're supposed to talk about.
For real.
The chill pills.
So tell us about chill pills.
Okay, so chill pills. This is the first supplement that I personally launched for my brand. They are probably one of the most influential supplements I've ever taken.
Mm-hmm.
Being honest, I have a lot of issues with stress, anxiety, and overthinking, as many of us do, right?
Love that.
I've been doing a lot of different research over the years to try to manage that, right? That's like one of my biggest things is testing out different supplements to see what works, what doesn't, where I can use different things as tools and swap them out when I need them. Trying to find things that like I don't build a tolerance to, right? Things like that. So normally most of us take like melatonin before bed, and then we complain the next day.
I
that
won't take
melatonin
it because
doesn't
I'm
work.
scared to get addicted to it.
There's that thing too, is where, well, addiction versus just not being able to sleep without it, right? Or having to take more and more.
I guess that's what it developed
Yeah.
what is it? A dependency.
Yeah,
Right.
dependency to it, right? So what happened was I tried this this herb called Kanna, Kanna, and I always preface it by saying it's not kratom and it's not kava. So if you haven't heard of Kanna, definitely Google it. There's plenty of information online about it, but it's just not commonly known. I started using this for my bodybuilding competitions last year to help me manage the stress of owning. I bought the business last year. I did 4 bodybuilding shows. I mean, I started a couple brands and I have merch and stuff like that, and social media is like,
Oh, it's crazy.
it's a lot.
Tom and I are so happy for you, though.
It means a lot, and
Yeah.
I love that you guys have seen the process too. Like that I don't know. I'm proud of myself. So I love that you guys get to see it. You know, it's been a challenge, and I've stuck with it. So I tried this herb out for a long time. I talked about it with all my friends, and then I started having them try it, and then I got with a manufacturer and had him put a concentrated version into a gummy, along with something called L-theanine, which is great for mood boosting and balancing as well. So it's really just a 2-ingredient gummy, and you take 1 to 2 at a time. And when you take this Kanna, it really relaxes the brain and gives you a sense of well-being, which is a clinical feeling. Like they really do studies, and they measure the sense of well-being.
What I found out about the chill pills for me is they're kind of adapt to whatever it is that I'm needing.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And that's really weird because like if I've taken one at nighttime before or like close to the end of the day just because I was feeling anxious about something and it knocked me right out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but I've also taken it during the day and actually it was before a radio show. And I was just stressing out. I was running behind, and I just
I remember that.
yeah, and I was just not happy. And when I took a chill pill. I can only take one at a time, though.
Yeah,
If
I only
take
take
two.
one at a time during the day, or we'll get sleepy. But
Yeah, and so when I got home, Tom was like, "How was the show?" And he reminded me of like how grouchy I was when I left,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, "It was really good." And but the thing was, is that it wasn't like I didn't. It's not like I got hit with like
yeah, you're not getting
what I was-
high.
yeah.
You know, it's not like an edible effect. It's it's a euphoric mood booster where you get to get back in the moment. You know,
Yeah.
living in the moment is something that most of us don't do anymore. And
I mean, we live in the future.
we live in the future, we live in the past, we live in so many different places in our mind. We live on our computer when we're in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we'll be having a conversation and I'll be thinking about something, you know, business related, and I'm like, dang, you know, I'm losing touch with reality when I'm doing that all the time. So especially when you're stressed, right? So when you're trying to engage with somebody and that's business, so me working in my shop, you know, even if I haven't had carbs that day, even if I have to train 3 hours and I'm exhausted, I need to have good conversations, and I can't let outside stresses interrupt a good conversation where I can make potentially more money, right?
Right. How are people? How do people get hold of these though?
So I sell them on my website, shop kmn.com, or you can go to dragonlabs.co and you can shop there. There's more information on Kana. In my shop at Crazy Muscle Nutrition, I have them there. I also just started distributing them. So there's a kava bar down the street that carries them right now, which I'm super happy about. And I actually just did a co-branding with a cannabis card company.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see, the Cannabis Clinic, I believe, is their name. And that's my brother Chad. He's a great guy, and he loves the chill pills. He's been using them for a while. So I mentioned to him, hey, you know, these go great with cannabis products, but they're not. So you won't be competing with like Trulieve or anywhere that you're sending your clients to
Right.
get cards from you. So I was
So
like,
you would use them in conjunction?
conjunction. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually use chill pills or Kana itself with many other recreational things like alcohol. If you go to festivals, I love telling my festival friends about them, because when you're having a bad come up, which if you guys know what that is, you know what it is. If you're having a bad come up and that you're anxious, they really cut that edge off so you can enjoy.
Are you
what
talking
you're
about
doing.
like an acid trip or something?
I'm talking about an acid trip. I'm talking about mushrooms. I'm talking about all that fun stuff, when you're out there. But one of the worst parts about that is that coming up anxiety, or that trying to go to bed at the end of the day, right? And waking up feeling okay.
My party days are long gone, but I don't forget that. Ugh.
Yeah, no, that's always the worst part, right? And especially when you're using those stronger substances, you have, serotonin fluctuations, dopamine fluctuations. Everything kind of goes out of whack. So when you take chill pills before bed and you hit REM, your body it heals so much better.
Why didn't they have? You should have had these around when I was in my party days.
Bro, I should have had these around years ago too. I know. I only just got them. I'm stoked, but
I saw a lot of sunrises that I shouldn't have seen.
that's not a bad thing. Those are good memories. Come on now, but
It makes my head hurt thinking about it.
but it's been huge, and the feedback that I've gotten has been like insane. To be honest, like it's one of the few things where I'm like, I can't talk highly enough about it, and sometimes I get scared to talk so much about it because it sounds too good to be true. But the point that you made, where it adapted to what you needed, that's my favorite thing about it. So it's not a sleep gummy, right? It's a mood gummy. So whatever you need to do, it's going to help you do that. So if you're trying to go through a functional day and you're stressed and you can't because you're stressed, and it's like your brain is beating you. You're fighting a battle. You're not winning. Are you going to let that? Are you going to just fight that all day? Or are you going to take something natural, herbal, that will allow you to get back in the moment?
It's not actually adaptogen is actually a word, isn't it?
Adaptogen is a word. Yes, yes. And those are great. And this is an excellent product that you can use, dynamically.
So where is it between like CBD oils and stuff like that and like a THC
comparison
gummy?
wise?
It's a plant, right?
So Kana it's a plant. It comes from South Africa, and it was actually traded like a long time ago for cattle because tribes felt like it was so necessary for their peace of mind. They'd smoke it, they'd eat it, the fly. They do all kinds of stuff with the herb.
I wonder what people say. I wonder what this does if I eat it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what happens if I smoke
The
it.
first people,
yeah.
I know. I think
man.
about that all the time.
Like, what possesses somebody to light it and inhale it into their lungs?
I have no
I'm
idea.
like, I don't know, but I'm
Very
glad
brave.
they did.
Yeah, I actually have some friends who tried the chill pills and got some Kana flower online and smoked it and told me they really liked it too. I've yet to try smoking it, but
With the same type of results?
yeah, very similar results. He smoked it and he passed out. So he didn't have a dosing or anything, but it's just cool to know that you can add things to your regular.
So the chill pills have dosage, so probably I would.
Yeah.
So just one at a time during the day. One before bed is usually enough for people. There's very rarely that anyone's like, I need 3 to pass out.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wanted to bring up my daughter Anna too because she has a lot of anxiety and it causes her problems at nighttime when she's trying to sleep. These have been a game
Did
changer.
you show that camera yet?
This one?
I said, did you show?
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
No, it's a game changer for our daughter. I don't know if I told you that or
You
not.
did, and
Okay.
I actually forget, but that is one of the reasons why I tell people they are great for kids. If you've got a kid at home who's dealing with I don't know. My dad looks at me sometimes and he's just like, I don't know how you have all these problems. Like, we didn't deal with this stuff. So if you're looking at your kid and you're like, I don't know how to help you.
Well, my thing is like, why are you stressed?
Yeah.
What do you have to talk about?
we were at Frogger's and had someone come up talking about their daughter was so stressed and anxiety and be crying in the room, and like you could just tell he was like at a loss. And I was like, me too. I relate. My daughter is the same exact way. So
and you don't want to get them a card and get them on weed or anything like that. Yeah.
That's why he was interested in the CBD, and this seems like it's along the same.
It's got to do with this. It's got to do with this amount of information.
Yeah.
Emily, if
Our brains are
anybody's taught me
overloaded.
anything, is that our bodies were not meant to engulf so much information all the time, and it's going to mess with our heads.
100%.
Especially before bed. If you're not one of those people who does like the put the phone away 30 minutes before I lay down.
No,
your
I'm
brain is just
I'm
overactive.
on it.
And even when you fall asleep, it's hard for your brain to shut down. So when you take the Kana pills and you hit that REM sleep, you really get deep sleep. You get vivid dreams, which is amazing. A lot of people don't dream anymore. So you wake up, you're just like, I actually slept for the first time in a long time.
So that music means that this portion of BaaD Radio is coming to an end, but got to give out all your contact information.
Yeah, again, so my name is Zach. If you guys want to come see me in person, I'm at Crazy Muscle Nutrition in Longwood. That's 172 South US Highway 1792. And then if you want to catch me on Instagram, it's at dragon.crazymusclenutrition. I'll see you guys. Love talking. I'm so glad you guys got to hear about it.
Well, we're definitely going to have Zach back because he is one of our show sponsors, and so you can always get his contact information from me as well. But thank you so much for being on BaaD Radio.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah, I love being here. Thank you.
Yay.
So The show will air on Sunday from 11 to 1. You will
Okay.
get the video and then also the audio.
Okay.
So you'll get
Sunday.
all of that.
11 to 1. What stations? What FM stations should I tune?
94.1 FM, 93.1 FM, and 540 AM. And there's an HD one that I don't really know.
Okay, cool.
It's the logo. 107.7 HD3. So that was fun.
That was fun. I always love being on here.
Yeah, it's a lot different now, but it's really good.
No, it's really good. Yeah, I like the three little breaks too. Yeah, it's nice. Give people like time to break down the information.
And what I told Tom is like we got so used to having that 8 minutes of break in between that we're like, so when we go to break, I'm used to just taking my headphones off and being like, all right, I'm
chilling.
gonna get back and
Yeah.
we'll listen